Relationships within the entertainment industry are often brief-lived, fragile bonds based on opportunity or comfort. However, every so often, a connection is formed that goes beyond the glamour and glitz of Hollywood, leaving a long-lasting effect on both parties and their legacies. That changed into the character of Victor French and Michael Landon's friendship, which formed their careers, but got here at a high charge. And one of the most powerful and maximum enduring friendships in Hollywood turned into that among Michael Landon and Victor French. Both actors right now bonded over their respect for each other and their comparable ideals after assembly on the set of Bonanza inside the 60s. Both guys had to triumph over limitations that motivated their views on life and paintings, notwithstanding their notably extraordinary upbringings. Their collaboration went beyond friendship. Landon used French in essential scenes of Highway to Heaven and Little House at the Prairie, demonstrating their robust on-display screen chemistry. Their courting wasn't without value either, as French's devotion to Landon led to him experiencing industry isolation and expert problems. Together, they produced TV collection that addressed issues of humanity, circle of relatives, and redemption, and struck a profound chord with viewers. Their bond went past a easy friendship. When NBC's famous Western collection, Bonanza, turned into being filmed in the 1960s, Victor French and Michael Landon have become pals. Landon was a rising megastar on the time, gambling one of the display's major characters, Little Joe Cartwright. The talented person-actor, Victor French, seemed in a number of helping roles and as difficult villains. The basis in their lengthy Landon friendship changed into laid in this set. French and Landon clicked right away because they each loved appearing and enjoyed telling tales. The same thing French, well known. Landon's air of mystery, work ethic, and innovative, imaginative, and prescient, whilst Landon was inspired by way of French's unadulterated expertise and special capacity to present intensity to even the smallest roles. Beyond their craft, they quickly discovered that they shared plenty in common. Both had been no longer scared to impeach Hollywood's set-up order, choosing to take possibilities in preference to following the policy. Off common, the two men pointed out life's extra profound troubles and difficulties, as well as performance. Together with Landon's appeal and force, French's tough, individual, and grounded persona made for a colorful friendship that changed into greater akin to brotherhood. Michael Landon's subsequent huge undertaking, Little House at the Prairie, which became based totally on Laura Ingalls Wilder's books, started in 1974. By that time, Landon had made a name for himself as a manufacturer, director, and author, in addition to an actor. French turned into given a part of Isaiah Edwards, a fascinating, however flawed, mountain guy who could act as a surrogate father-parent to the Ingalls kids, whilst Landon became placing collectively the solid for the display. Their professional collaboration truly commenced with this casting desire. French depended on Landon's innovative instincts, and Landon noticed the intensity and authenticity that French could convey to the function. The depth in their dating became verified by means of their cooperation on Little House on the Prairie. One of the display's maximum loved factors became French's portrayal of Isaiah Edwards, and there was no denying his chemistry with Landon's man or woman, Charles Ingalls. Their non-public friendship grew stronger as their expert courting flourished. In an industry recognized for its erratic conduct, Landon regularly mentioned French as one in every of his closest confidants, and a man he ought to consider. French answered by thanking Landon for seeing his potential and imparting him with possibilities to demonstrate his skills as an actor. As his career developed, Landon solidified his role inside the hearts of audiences by becoming a powerful force in Hollywood as an author, producer, director, and actor. Born Eugene Maurice Orowitz in Forest Hills, New York on October 31, 1936, Michael Landon have become one of the most loved and extensive personalities in American TV. Resilience, tenacity, and a steadfast religion in the energy of storytelling characterized his upward thrust from modest beginnings to fame. These attributes, now not most effective, motivated his professional route, but additionally established the idea for his close and long-lasting friendship with Victor French. Landon had many problems as an infant. He experienced feelings of loneliness due to growing up in a Jewish domestic, all through a period of pervasive anti-Semitism. His mom's intellectual health troubles frequently prompted him to feel emotionally pressured, and his parents' marriage turned into turbulence. Later on, Landon disclosed that his mom's unpredictable moves included tries to harm herself in front of him, which brought on him to suffer severe emotional wounds. He then turned to sports as a way of getaway and had become a skilled javelin thrower. He obtained a scholarship to the University of Southern California due to his athletic capacity, but an evil fate instructed him to escape total success, and his parents helped to keep him from doing so. Landon centered on acting and took on atypical jobs to pay for auditions. His big break got here while he changed into solid as Little Joe Cartwright inside the popular Western collection Bonanza in 1959. Due to his challenging upbringing, Landon advanced a strong sense of empathy for different humans, especially individuals who, like him, have skilled complication. His values aligned with the ones of Victor French, whom he met at the set of and became regularly forged in villainous roles. A relationship of mutual admire and agree with became established because both guys were aware of the difficulties related to being undervalued and stereotyped. Landon's humility and dedication to supporting others remained unaffected via his rise to fame. He wanted to offer human beings he believed in, like Victor French, possibilities whilst he commenced making and producing television indicates. Landon gave French essential elements in Little House at the Prairie, and later Highway to Heaven, after realizing his intensity and ability as an actor. Born in Santa Barbara, California on December 4, 1934, Victor French's upbringing changed into very one-of-a-kind from the reputation he might in the end reap. Given that his father, Ted French, became a Hollywood stuntman and Western film actor, his early years had been encouraged by means of his own family's involvement inside the amusement enterprise. Nonetheless, Victor's route to fame as an actor became paved with tenacity, diligence, and a strong experience of self. French grew up inside the shadow of his father's acting career and received a profound admire for the artwork. But in his early days, the jobs that actors could play have been regularly determined with the aid of their bodily attributes. In early westerns, French turned into frequently typecast as a villain or henchman due to his rugged features and intimidating size. Even although these positions offered constant employment, French yearned for possibilities to work with more delicate, sophisticated characters. Despite the problems, French's upbringing gave him a strong work ethic and an appreciation for the perseverance had to achieve success in Hollywood. He honed his talents in theater and television by taking up various roles and steadily mounted himself as a committed and adaptable actor. Like his painting's life, Michael Landon's non-public life became complex. His youth had a vast effect on his relationships and own family philosophy. As a result of his excessive need for own family and connection, Landon were given married 3 times and had 9 children. He had 2 children from his first marriage, which resulted in divorce in 1962, to Dodie Levy Frazier in 1956. In the same 12 months, he wed Lynn No, and the 2 of them had 4 children, due in part to Landon's extramarital affair with Cindy Clerico, a makeup artist on Little House on the Prairie. The marriage ended in 1982 after almost 2 decades. Landon wed Cindy in 1983 and stayed with her until his demise in 1991, regardless of the controversies surrounding his non-public relationship. According to Landon's private life, he became a person who yearned for stability and love, however often determined it difficult stability, these wishes with the needs of his job and personal problems. Victor French, however, lived a greater sedate and private existence. In 1959, he married Judith Schentz, and the two of them had 3 youngsters. However, they divorced in 1975 as a result of his private and expert pressures. French's robust sense of loyalty and his role as a loving father were hallmarks of his intimate relationships. He turned into cherished through everyone around him because of his grounded demeanor and strong relationships, along with his kids. Compared to Landon, French became less outspoken approximately his personal lifestyles, but his relationship showed his stability and compassion. French stayed unmarried following his divorce, targeting his profession and his friendship with Landon. Despite their differences, the two guys shared struggles to strike a balance between the needs of repute and private success, encouraged their intimate lives. Their friendship probably offered a degree of information and emotional assist that went beyond their private struggles. Like in their professional lives, each pursued enjoyable relationships of their personal lives, leaving behind legacies that established each their humanity and their capabilities. French and Landon each drew notion from their hardships. French's genuine performances better Landon's potential to have interaction and audiences with touching storytelling. Together, they produced television that captured the struggles and victories of common people, leaving a legacy that also motivates humans today. Their friendship was a completely unique and potent connection that encouraged their lives and careers due to their not unusual backgrounds and values. As they supported every different through the highs and lows of existence, Landon and French grew in the direction of each other than to their jobs. French changed into a staunch supporter of Landon during his non-public struggles, which included divorces and scandals. In a comparable vein, Landon supported French at some point of his struggles with typecasting and his expert lifestyles. Their paintings was no exception to this loyalty. French regularly gave Landon credit for presenting him with possibilities he might not have otherwise had. And, in alternate, French gave his roles a genuineness and perfection that progressed Landon's. By pushing barriers and collaborating creatively, the two men created television that addressed weighty topics like morality, addiction, and poverty. Victor French suffered an amazing deal due to his friendship with Michael Landon, regardless of the reality that it brought him both expert and private success. French's steadfast devotion to Landon confined his alternatives in a subject that relies upon heavily on adaptability and networking. Despite being admirable, it had a great impact on his Hollywood reputation, profession, and financial protection. Became solidified by his common paintings with Landon in TV series like Highway to Heaven and Little House on the Prairie. Although manufacturers started out to only partner him with those roles, fans still cherished his performances. French's career development in a subject that emphasizes adaptability became restricted through this typecasting, which made it challenging for him to get numerous roles outdoor of Landon's projects. This typecasting had an effect on his earning capacity and career toughness, in addition to being a creative constraint. Even although he turned into a success at the peak of Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven, he located it difficult to develop his creativity in a field that often calls for versatility. French by chance damaged relationships with other significant players in the industry, with the aid of closely aligning himself with Landon. Although fanatics praised Landon's reputation, it brought on department behind the scenes. Landon changed into widely known for his unyielding style and unyielding imaginative and prescient, which regularly prompted him to clash with different producers and network executives. French's career possibilities suffered as a result of Landon's conflicts with NBC executives, for example. Instead of viewing him as an impartial actor, many believed he'd become unswerving to Landon's side. French chose to recognition on projects that, for my part, spoke to him, maximum of which have been linked to Landon's imaginative and prescient.